Hey guys, Church Media here doing a quick video on this SIG 365 380. So this is a family member's gun. Essentially this was purchased because his Glock 26 is too heavy and it is pretty thick, especially for summer carry, and that makes a lot of sense for summer. I carry a 380 a lot of times in the summer. I do also have a 9mm I can carry in shorts, in a t-shirt, and it's a pretty decent pistol. So this is a great handgun for the summer for sure. And in my opinion, the regular 365 in 9mm is too snappy. The XL is a fantastic handgun in my opinion, but the standard version is just too small for a 9mm. In my opinion, the standard 365 is perfect for 380. And it does come in the standard SIG case. I'm pretty sure all of their guns come in these. It is kind of a small case. It was actually able to be flown with. You just have to get the right locks that'll fit in this gap, because a lot of times cases have the lock spots here and you can fit bigger locks. It's kind of proprietary. It only fits certain locks because the locking parts are recessed inside the handle. Now, when you open the box, it comes with 2 magazines. So this version's, I think some versions come with more. This one comes with 2 10-rounders. One of them has a little pinky grip for your pinky. The other one does not. Kind of disappointed in that. Both of them should have come with this, but in my opinion, it doesn't really matter a whole lot, because I guess my hands may be average, maybe even small. I can get all my fingers on there without the base plate. The person that owns this likes the one with the base plate. And 10 rounds is decent capacity for the size of pistol. Now, the ammunition that the owner uses is V-Crown 380, so it's SIG brand. I use actually the V-Crown 9mm 115 grain and one of my Bursa TPR-9C, one of my carry guns. And that stuff is pretty hot ammo. It's like 1,200 feet per second out of the 4-inch threaded barrel. So I have not shot the 380 version of that ammo. Now this has seen 150 rounds of FMJ, so I'd say it's thoroughly broken in by now. So there were 100 rounds of the Spear Lawman 95 grain. This stuff worked absolutely perfect, not a single malfunction with all 100 rounds. Now we also shot a little over 50 rounds, about a box and a half, 75 rounds give or take, of the Norma. It's a 95 grain as well. This stuff had some hiccups. It was short cycling, and I bet it was because of the weight of the slide with the optic. So do beware if you have an optic on there. It might need some higher velocity, because when I actually shot, I shot a mag of this and then a mag of that, and this stuff felt like it was higher velocity. It was louder, you could tell. So I don't know, the Norma, this stuff runs fine in my VZ61 380, just fine. But for some reason, this pistol does better with the Spear Lawman. And here's a close-up of the pistol. Hopefully you can see it pretty good. I'm sorry I'm doing this at night. I've got the light boxes, but still maybe not the best lighting. So as you can see, the magazine without the little pinky rest, they hold the same 10 rounds. Again, good capacity, especially one in the chamber. It's good to carry 11 on here, and maybe a spare mag in your car or in your pocket if you are going into an establishment or whatever. It doesn't hurt to have an extra mag when you only have 11 shots. Now, there are tons of videos on the 365 series on YouTube. It is pretty much identical to the 9mm, but I'll just go over it real quick. So the magazine catch is reversible. It's not on both sides, but it can be. The magazine shoots out very well, even when the slides lock back. It's more gravity that drops it, but even if you're kind of holding the gun up, it still comes out pretty nicely. The mags are made of steel, if I didn't say that already. The frame is polymer, of course. There is no light rail on the front. Well, there kind of is. I believe you can get a proprietary one that clamps on there, but it's not in 1913. These are made in New Hampshire, which is pretty cool. Sig Sauer logos on the grip there. And then it's like a skateboard tape type feeling. Very nice, very comfortable pistol. This would be one of the best pistols, I think, for a female shooter, self-defense, carry, whatever, home defense even, although there's better pistols for home defense, let's put it that way. But for female shooters or old people, this is like a absolutely fantastic gun because it's low recoil and it has a small grip. So females, I guess you could say, it'd be really good for. And the sights that come on here are actually tritium, so they do glow. You don't necessarily need to put a red dot on here, but person who owns this is getting older, has bad eyes, so the red dot is easier to pick up, and that's just a fact. But I do prefer my carry guns with just tritium sights. It's lighter, not as bulky, because when you carry it, it's going to be, the red dot's going to be there. Some people love it, some people swear by it. I like red dots for home defense, plinking, whatever, but for carry, I prefer just regular 3-dot sights. I believe the barrel is about 3 inches. Don't quote me on that. It's about, give or take. So decent velocity. I guess that's probably average for a 380. Most of these cartridges are probably going to be getting about 900 feet per second. So the Norma says 984, and that's clearly out of a 5-inch probably, like the Smith & Wesson EZ probably is what they rate that at, and the Speer Lawman is not actually labeled on velocity, and again, that stuff was hotter than the Norma, so I don't know, Norma may be capping on that 984, maybe they're shooting it out of 7-inch or something, and putting that on the box. The Lawman isn't labeled, but I assure you, the Lawman Speer is higher velocity than the Norma. I didn't get to shoot it a whole lot, so there's very limited shooting footage. I shot about 75 rounds to do it myself, and this 75 other was actually a little bit more than 75, was shot by the person that actually owns it. Now the red dot on here is made by Swamp Fox, so this was actually on sale. I think he got it for $180, maybe even a little bit cheaper. Normally these are pretty expensive. Got a really good deal. You have up and down buttons, one on each side. So the down is on the right side, up is on the left. You got the logos, pretty cool. One of my other friends, he's got a Swamp Fox red dot on his Strybog, and it's a great red dot. I believe this is Shake Awake. I'm like 100%, 99% sure this is Shake Awake. I'm pretty sure. I don't have the box, didn't read it, but I'm pretty sure it is Shake Awake, and has been sighted in for about 30 yards at an indoor range. So the only other thing I'm really going to mention is the trigger. The trigger is kind of meh, not going to lie. I'm not really a fan of the 365 series triggers. Even the straight one on the XL, just not a huge fan. So it's got some play, and it's just a bit spongy, and the reset is pretty far forward, and it's almost like an AK trigger on a pistol. It kind of kicks your finger out, like it's a very long, and it's loud, so it's very tactile and audible, so you can hear it, but it's just kind of spongy. I'm not a huge fan of the trigger, and I get it. It's a stock trigger. I believe they do sell upgrades. I don't know if they have it they have to have it for the 380 because it's like the same size as the regular 9. So I'm sure you could get an upgraded trigger for this, but out of the box, I'm not a huge fan. I've felt better triggers on stock pistols. But overall, it's a pretty good pistol. For the price, it's pretty good. $500 for a name brand pistol. It comes with 2 mags. I'd probably recommend getting a third. You have one for the range, one to carry in the pistol, and then the third one goes in your car or in your pocket to take to and from, wherever. But a third mag designated for the range. That's how I do things, at least.